Hey, what's up,
Hey
everybody?
guys, welcome back.
Joe and Kevin here.
Hello.
We're finishing out our day today with The West Wing.
Yeah, we're doing a long binge day to make up for being sick a couple of days here on my part with
Yes.
strep throat.
Welcome back
Great
to
for
Orlando
recording.
Living there,
Yeah, exactly right.
Kevin.
So
Cheers.
yeah, we are knocking out a little bit of West Wing. We're up episode 6 here on season 2. Very excited to get rolling with this one. This
Yeah,
season has been absolutely fantastic thus far.
it is. And for those of you on Patreon, guys, you rock. Thank you so much for keeping us updated and informed
Yeah,
what's happening behind the
great
scenes.
comments. Yeah, there's a lot of people who are viewing along with us who,
Yeah,
understandably, are fans of the show, of course,
very passionate.
that are and very knowledgeable,
Yes.
which is really great.
And you're right for the most part, guys. This show has not slowed down at all. Like their
No.
foot is on the gas, and we're going full speed. A lot of people think this is the peak of the show. We can't speak to that because we haven't seen the
Right.
rest of it yet. But we're just enjoying it,
Yeah.
and it's been quite entertaining.
Yeah, it's very entertaining, very well written, very complex and nuanced. Great writing, it's filmed well, great direction. Obviously, incredible actors doing a great job with incredible dialogue.
The best thing I can say about the show is it's make me go back and look at Sorkin's work in a completely new light.
Yeah.
I've always enjoyed his films. I just recently watched A Few Good Men again recently,
Hmm.
and you can see so much of this and that even coming together.
Sure.
It's great how he has a lot of motifs that he brings back. And I'm gonna sneeze here in a second.
Uh
I'm gonna. Oh, it's that buffering sneeze. Anyways, but
oh.
he uses a lot of the same themes over and
Sure.
over again, and I love it personally.
Yeah.
I really do love this. So
Right. He's really polarizing. Like I know plenty of people. Like there's plenty of Twitter hot takes where people who are like, "I hate Aaron Sorkin more than anybody," and I'm like,
yeah,
okay.
I don't
I
understand
don't I
that.
don't understand that. I know it's stylized. It's not necessarily the way people really talk or whatever. If you're going for realism, stop watching scripted television.
No, here's the thing:
Yeah.
realism in movies and TV. It's real to an extent, but there's still a language of cinema that you have to just acknowledge that
Yes.
it's
That
fiction,
there
guys.
is there
It's
that
fiction.
we're always doing a willing suspension of disbelief. That's
Yeah.
just how it works.
And as far as the criticism for women goes,
Fair. I think some of it's fair.
fair. But
Right.
you also have CJ, who is
Right.
quite the outlier, and also Ainsley.
Really enjoying Ainsley Hayes as a character.
She's a nice counterweight to that as well.
Absolutely.
So
And a moderately conservative voice. Now she is when I say moderately I mean that we don't have I mean like America 2023 the conservative voices are way out there as far as right-wing passion as far as
sure.
and Ainsley's not that,
And
right?
even as far as the left goes,
No, and agreed,
it's
right.
going so far in either direction that we need a healthy middle ground, and I think we're going to get with this show.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's a reasonable way to disagree, and I think this show presents that really well. And then there's an unreasonable way to disagree, and Twitter presents that really well.
Very well said.
Very
well said.
Just what I think.
I love that. There's a reasonable way to disagree.
Yeah, and there are completely unreasonable ways to disagree. Everybody's screaming Nazi and baby killer, and okay. But just exactly, just know that you're screaming into the void when you do that. You're convincing nobody of anything.
Absolutely.
All right. So enough preachy for my part. Let's go ahead and welcome some new Patreon subscribers, guys. So Gonas Zols, Caspian Drago, It's Mira, Nina, Jimmy Garcia, Head in the Clouds, Shay Thompson, Haley Newman, Brian Swally, George Stevens, and Arturo Velasco. Thank you so much, guys, and welcome. We really, really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Welcome, guys. For those of you checking us out on YouTube, welcome to the channel.
Absolutely.
Glad you're here. Glad you're viewing with us.
Yeah.
While you're here, you might as well hit that like button. Leave us a comment down below. And please, if you feel so inclined, hit that subscribe button.
Yes, that'd be very helpful for us. If you'd like to see full-length reaction to this and the other content that we're watching, please check out the link to our Patreon in the description below, where you can see full-length reactions to all of it.
It's a great time.
Absolutely.
Join the discourse.
You will have to watch along on your own material and sync with us to watch on our Patreon. We, of course, are watching on HBO Max, which is a great way to go with this one.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think
We'll
Allison
be coming to
Janney
the
gets
White
enough
House to
credit
meet
for
some
how
of the
well she does
president's
press
advisors
secretary
involved in
when she's in the
this
press
matter.
secretary role.
It's seamless.
Senator
Completely.
Has the president considered ordering a lame duck session so the current Senate can vote on the treaty?
Okay, anybody but Danny.
CJ.
No.
She can't confirm that the president hasn't considered it unless she asks the president if he's considered it, at which point he'll have considered it.
That sounds pretty stupid.
It does sound stupid.
If he thinks he has a better chance of ratifying the test ban treaty
That's
with
what
this
they do,
Congress
right,
than the
yeah.
new
He
one.
doesn't.
But if Morgan
Mitchell's not a factor.
Do you know how many people acquire carpal tunnel syndrome?
It shouldn't surprise you to learn that I do not.
600,000 Americans a year.
Wow. Is that true?
Probably, and this is back before they had like the ergonomic keyboards
right.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
So they probably is a problem.
And a lot of handwriting, too.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
yeah.
What?
He should consider it. You should consider it right now.
Michelle's not going to get a seat on foreign relations. There isn't a seat open on foreign
There's
relations.
a seat open on appropriations.
There's no money in it. Senate
Yeah.
Foreign Relations Committee has no control over money, so there's no lobbyists, which means there are no fundraisers.
It's bad, Pool. You go in there and tell the president to call
Yeah,
a
it
lame duck
is.
session, and he does. It's going to look like politics.
It is politics.
Yeah. Man.
The lame duck Congress is generally considered bad politics.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, you guys are fired, but, you know, do a little more work on your way out the door.
Well, that comes with the job, right?
It does. But it also
it's
goes
not
against the will of the voters.
Sure, absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
The longer we wait, the longer it takes other countries to ratify, the closer we get to more unstable countries like Pakistan developing a nuclear threat.
Let's take the leadership's temperature in the lame duck session. Let's also get some kind of nose count and see where we are.
When does Kononov get here?
In a few minutes.
No high-level meetings, right? Okay.
On the lame duck session.
Yeah.
I don't want to call this vote and lose.
Leo?
There's going to be an editorial in the Post tomorrow.
You're kidding
The
me.
president's time isn't being used efficiently. You need an answer from the president. You want to brief him. You want him to weigh in. I want to see a summary on my desk, absolutely no longer than 2 pages. Oh, anybody happens to see Vasily Kononov in the hallways, walk in the other direction. Yeah, that's it.
Wonder what he's there for.
Hey, just so you know, I also have to take a 22-page position memo and summarize it in 2 pages, and it's got to be done sometime today.
You can staff that. Give it to Ainsley Hayes.
What?
I was
You
gonna
guys
say,
launched
we
another
need Danny to
editorial.
make a-
4 in 2 weeks.
I don't work for the editorial staff.
Well, that's convenient.
Yeah.
Get me the spokesperson for the majority leader's office.
House or Senate?
Senate.
So you guys are considering a lame duck session?
Who says?
They've come up with a new series of industry standards, and I want to know why the White House isn't implementing them.
Because the SBA says that the cost to small businesses could exceed $18 billion.
Vasily Kononov is here.
I can't see him, Charlie. Make sure he's not in the bullpen.
He's not. He's sitting in the car on the driveway. He's refusing to get out unless he can speak to the president. They're saying he's drunk.
Oh, no.
Really?
Good God.
Yeah?
We know that he's presumably
Well,
Russian.
no,
and he's
and
drunk.
everyone's avoiding him. So if everyone, like, you know, if the entire senior staff's avoiding him, what is he doing there?
I need your help.
Really?
Let's not make a big deal out of it.
Dad, it's me. Sam's asking. Gotta go, Dad. I need to help Sam.
I need to.
That's awesome.
Rolling
I
in
love
the aisles
Ainsley.
back.
Want me to summarize your recommendation and give it to the president?
Yeah, then I want you to skip to Tijuana in a dirndl skirt. I let you come to the Hill, you'll summarize my memo.
I'll use punctuation and everything. You might even get extra credit.
Ainsley?
He's sitting in the car with a woman who I imagine is either a security attaché or a hooker.
Oh, my
It's no one you know.
Oh my God. Oh, that was good.
Leo, we gotta move him. Tourists are gonna start to ask questions, and Boris and Natasha are gonna answer them.
The guy's not going to vote to ratify.
Why not?
Same reason he wouldn't before.
We didn't have a vote before.
Because you know you'd lose.
That's right.
What are you saying?
Bob,
Have you checked your backyard?
what?
Have you checked your backyard?
What do you?
In the nose count, Toby. I don't think you have the votes you think you have.
Who did we lose?
Make your calls, Toby.
I would punch both of these guys.
I'm sorry, did you say that you wanted to...
Chicken broth.
The Occupational Safety and Health
Yeah.
Administration would like to do something about repetitive stress injuries or musculoskeletal disorders like tendonitis, but what
It cost $18 billion, Donna. Type slower. CJ?
You stayed. Now you threw me off my game.
CJ.
No, I'm nervous now.
Come on.
I feel like if I run over, you're going to have the orchestra play me on.
I'm getting older over here, CJ.
Kind of wondering if Allison Janney got played off, and that's what that joke was when she won her first Emmy.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
If that's the case, that's amazing.
Right.
We lost one of our people.
Who?
I don't know. I need some help on the inside. Is Tony Marino in Philadelphia?
Toby, the guy lost a bad race, bloody.
He's gonna want to come back for this.
I think he's going to want to sit down.
Treaty he wants it back can happen. Not only that, but he can stick it to every Pennsylvania voter who put him out of a job. Please understand, there's protocol. Your government has a leader we deal with.
You wish to deal with me?
Let's just say
No, you guys act like if you're against the test ban treaty, then you're bloodthirsty.
Senate Republicans aren't the only ones against this.
6 past secretaries of defense.
You wasted a trip. I'll waste more of them.
We're done?
Yeah.
I think you want to beat the White House.
Yes.
You're a schmuck, Peter. These guys will have the treaty ratified, and they'll do it without the reservations he just offered to discuss with you. Can I take this muffin?
Yeah.
Take them off.
They're slow type protesting.
Margaret,
Yeah.
what the hell are you doing?
Organize most of these to do just that.
Donna's so smart. I didn't even think about that. I
Margaret,
didn't even think about doing that.
Look at my face right now. All this guy wants is to be able to say he met the president while he was here.
He can't meet the president.
You can meet the president accidentally. Continuing to exert influence after the people have voted you out is an ethically gray area.
Agreed.
They're
Yeah.
all ethically gray areas, Leo. Screw it. The White House and Congress are exempt from the workplace-related laws they pass.
The
Really?
White House and Congress are exempt.
Is that real?
Well, that makes things considerably easier for yourself.
I need Vasily Kononov to meet with someone of absolutely no consequence. You're my girl.
What the hell
I need you to meet with Vasily Kononov.
Why?
The minute we left that room, those guys were calling their bosses
Listen,
saying
got
they're
something.
offering to attach reservations. Let's jump on it.
Do you have my two-page summary?
I'm sorry?
Do you have my two-page summary?
Yes.
You reversed my position.
Yeah.
I gave this to you to summarize, and you didn't summarize it so much as you reversed my position.
Anyway, I had a meeting at lunch with Joe Fox and Bob Fowler, and they said we may have lost one of our guys.
There's also hotels, too.
It was me, Toby.
I don't understand.
They were talking about me.
Tony?
Toby, I'm a lame duck senator. People of Pennsylvania voted me out and Morgan Mitchell in.
Huh.
I'm a senator for another 10 weeks, and I'm going to choose to respect these people and what they want.
Oh, the will of the voters is hardly much of a concern. We are a gerrymandered pile of crap, America.
Of course, is my boss, Toby Ziegler.
Why is the test ban treaty so important? Let me tell you. You know
Tell
why?
us.
Because we're all gonna die.
Fraudulent employees are 3 times more likely to be married. They're 4 times more likely to be men. 16 times more likely to be managers.
Look, I leaked your damn story for you.
You leaked it for me, I leaked it to you, pal. I use you like so much whatever.
Well,
He's a great reporter, and you're a great press secretary, and that's why it wasn't gonna work as long as the two of you had those jobs.
Oh, boy.
That's
Wow.
Canceling our subscription.
Excellent, sir. The White House buys 1,100 copies of the Post every day. Canceling that subscription should send a message loud and clear.
No, I meant just mine and Abby's.
I have no problem with a reporter dating the press secretary.
I have a problem, so...
Yeah.
So that's our hang-up.
Okay.
Sure.
Silly Kononov. Why, you're the last person I expected to be where they told me to go.
Mr. President.
Thank you, gentlemen. My State Department deals with the government of the Ukraine.
30% of workers plan to steal from their employers. 30% give in to occasional temptation.
That's a crazy big
5%
number.
will commit
It
fraud
really is.
regardless of circumstance.
I was just talking, Sam. I was just talking to you.
Well, we play with live ammo around here.
Yeah.
Sam.
Could somebody get her a cupcake?
Sam!
They go for 3.
I have to respect senators for defying 82% of the American people. 82% of the people can't possibly be expected to reach an informed opinion.
That's probably true.
In all the talk about democracy, we forget it's not a democracy, it's a republic.
Yeah.
The day's over, Toby. We'll live to fight another one. Come on up, I'll beat your ass at chess.
God, what a good episode.
Yeah.
This episode definitely has romanticized the White House.
Yeah.
It's tough doing that in the times we live in, but,
Yeah.
you know, it is compelling.
Great closing shot here, too.
It's quite compelling.
Sure. Well, the idea of the will of the people versus, making political moves, political gain under a lame duck session, that's important stuff to talk about.
It is. And I love that this show brings issues like that really...
People don't consider that often.
They don't consider it because it's not... I guess mainstream is the wrong word, but I mean, it's not brought in the mainstream.
Well, it's not something we talk about a lot,
Exactly.
It's like, But yeah, I agree with the guy. The voters said what the voters said. Keep in mind, in 2023, particularly in the House of Representatives, we're a ridiculously gerrymandered country, so the will of the voter is thwarted in a lot of places.
Sure.
Wisconsin being the king of all of that. God, Wisconsin, get your crap together.
Cheeseheads.
Right. These are complex issues, and I really like the fact that I don't know how he structured the show, but Sorkin sitting down and saying, okay, what are all of the big political issues that people need to be aware of, we need to be talking about? Let's cover all of it through the course of the show.
Right.
And he's hitting so many issues that really aren't ever at the forefront of political discussion.
It makes you... They could have easily done a documentary series or behind-the-scenes series of the writer's room.
Right.
At the beginning of the season.
Sure.
Where they just lay out everything.
Right.
Because it is cool how each episode, it's like a checklist.
I'm kind of curious how big the writer's room on the show is, because we're really generally
extensive.
crediting.
It's super extensive.
It may be, but they're really crediting Sorkin as writing the episodes.
He gets the teleplay credits. There's a lot of story by
Of course.
elements, but also there's a lot of
research too.
A lot of research, but also a lot of writers come in and do favors too. I mean,
Right.
Not for TV, but he might have very well have been. Robert Towne is like one of the most famous ghostwriters of all time.
Sure.
He'll come in and do uncredited work all the time,
Mhm.
and it's honestly quite interesting when you think how many writers come on board projects and they just do writing for no credit. But you're right. I wonder how many writers are tackling this because it is such a giant subject. It
Sure.
feels bigger than the last season too.
Well, and it's also Sorkin tackling this issue with his best friend at the time, cocaine.
That's very public. It is very public.
He talks about it. Yeah. How does he crank out so much great writing, so much dialogue, and over many episode seasons? Yeah. How do you do it? He did a lot of drugs. Yeah, absolutely.
Regardless of the substance issue, the fact that one man can spawn all this out of his brain,
he's
a
machine.
Insane.
He's a machine as a writer. He is a machine for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, it's kind of unprecedented. I mean, I can't really think of how many other writers have tackled stuff like this. I mean, most writers that were like famous back in the day, I mean, they wrote books and stuff, but Sorkin really is like the first.
He's prolific as a screenwriter,
to TV,
right? Yeah.
Usually it's vice versa,
right?
TV to film. No, Sorkin's like making movies. I'm going
to go make more TV now, and he's done it. And he bounces back and forth a lot. He's done other TV shows since then. He's done a lot of movies since then. Wish he wasn't directing as much.
Is he working on anything for TV now? I know the Newsroom was fairly recently, but I don't think there's anything else on TV at the moment.
I can't think of anything television-wise he did after the Newsroom.
For those of you that know, there's a lot of Sorkin heads out there. Let us know because we're just curious at this point,
right.
Obviously.
I think he's been doing. I think post the Newsroom, he started getting into directing his projects more.
A lot, yes.
So I think that's probably a bigger chunk of his time. He's just not writing anymore. He's writing and directing a lot of his films.
You know, it's funny. We've been doing this show for a while now, and we haven't had an opportunity to talk about it. What is your favorite Sorkin?
Oh God. Right now, if I was being honest, I'd probably say where we're at. I'd say this show right now. But if we're just going to talk films of Aaron Sorkin's movies that I've seen, it's not a popular answer probably, but I might say Moneyball.
Wow. Okay.
I really like Moneyball. I did like The Social Network. I really like Steve Jobs, but Moneyball might be my favorite. Sit down and watch a Sorkin movie experience.
Moneyball is fantastic.
It's great.
To zig also from Social Network because it's probably the best.
It's probably his best writing, sure.
I'm taking A Few Good Men.
Few Good Men is great. His very first stage play.
Yeah. Which normally I hate that. I hate it when people say a director or writer's first project is their best.
Yeah, well,
I think it's his best.
We've all seen M. Night Shyamalan. We know sometimes a writer's first project is their best.
Right, yeah. First mainstream. But no, A Few Good Men is fantastic.
Yeah.
But, we look forward to seeing more of this show from Sorkin. And we look forward to seeing future projects from him too.
Completely. Yeah, absolutely. All right, we'll catch you in the next one, guys.
See you guys.